Hello everybody, if you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 208, The Bookworm and the Baker. Chapter 1, A Rainy Day Surprise. London rain hammered on the window of Amelia's tiny flat. She loved rainy days. Curled up on the sofa with a good book, a steaming cup of tea, and the comforting sound of raindrops. It was perfect. Amelia wasn't much for crowds, and the rain kept most people inside. Today her book was a classic novel, full of adventure and faraway lands. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed from outside. Amelia jumped, startled. The rain must be really strong, she thought. But then another sound, a crash. This time it was closer. Amelia peered out the window. Right across the narrow street was a small bakery, its name painted in cheerful yellow letters, Ben's Bread. Smoke billowed from the open shop door, and a man was running around in a cloud of flour, waving his arms frantically. Fire! Amelia gasped, throwing on her raincoat and rushing out the door. Chapter 2, Flowery Chaos. By the time Amelia reached the bakery, the smoke had cleared. The man, covered head to toe in flour, was staring at the broken window in the front of the shop. Rain was pouring through, soaking some freshly baked bread on a counter. "Are you all right?" Amelia asked, surprised by her own bravery. The man jumped, startled. "Oh, hello. Yes, I'm fine, just a bit shaken." He brushed flour off his eyes. He had a kind brown eyes and a warm smile. "What happened?" "A gust of wind," he explained, gesturing at the broken window. "It blew a flower pot from the windowsill and—" He sighed, looking at the ruined bread. "That's a shame," Amelia said sympathetically. "Are you the owner?" "Yes," he replied. "I'm Ben, by the way, Ben Davies." "Amelia," she said, extending her hand. His handshake was strong and warm. "This is a disaster," Ben muttered, picking up a soggy loaf of bread. Amelia thought for a moment. "Well, I can't fix the window, but maybe I could help clean up a bit." Ben's eyes lit up. "That would be amazing, thank you. I don't know what I would have done." Chapter 3, A Shared Passion. For the next hour, Amelia helped Ben clear up the mess. They bagged up the salvageable bread for donations and tossed out what was beyond saving. While they worked, they talked. Amelia learned that Ben was passionate about baking and loved creating new kinds of bread. He told her about his dream of opening a bigger bakery someday. Amelia, in turn, told Ben about her love for books and her dream of one day becoming a writer. Ben seemed genuinely interested, asking her about her stories and even offering some ideas. By the time they finished, they were both exhausted but happy. The rain had stopped and a warm glow from the setting sun filled the bakery. "Thank you so much, Amelia," Ben said sincerely. "You saved the day." Amelia smiled. "It was fun. Besides, I couldn't just leave you to clean up this mess all alone." Ben looked at her for a long moment, then asked, "Would you like to stay for some tea? I just made a fresh pot." Amelia hesitated for a second, then nodded. "That sounds lovely." Chapter 4, Unexpected Connection. They sat at a small table in the corner of the bakery, sipping warm tea and talking long into the evening. They discovered they had more in common than they thought. Both loved old movies, hated loud crowds, and cherished quiet moments. As the night deepened, a comfortable silence settled between them. Amelia found herself lost in Ben's eyes, their warmth and kindness mirroring the delicious warmth of the fresh bread in the air. Finally, Ben walked Amelia home. At her doorstep, he paused. "This was nice," he said softly. "Yes," Amelia agreed, her heart beating a little faster. Ben took a deep breath. "Would you like to maybe do this again sometime?" Amelia's smile bloomed. "I'd like that very much." Ben leaned closer, and Amelia felt a flutter in her stomach. Then, just as their lips were about to meet, a loud crash from inside the bakery startled them. They both jumped, laughing nervously. "Looks like the rain's back," Ben said, gesturing towards the sky. "Another disaster waiting to happen then," Amelia said. Chapter 5. The next few weeks became a delightful routine for Amelia. Every other day she'd find an excuse to swing by Ben's bread. Sometimes it was to check on the repairs of the window, which were taking a suspiciously long time. Other times she'd simply crave the aroma of freshly baked bread and the warmth of Ben's company. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, transitioning from discussions about Amelia's latest writing struggles to Ben's experiments with new sourdough starters. They shared dreams, fears, and embarrassing childhood stories. Amelia discovered Ben was quite the history buff, with a surprising knowledge of ancient bread-making techniques. He, in turn, learned about the intricate worlds Amelia crafted in her stories, becoming her biggest cheerleader and offering unexpected insights into her characters. One rainy afternoon, Amelia found Ben hunched over a recipe book, brow furrowed in concentration. "What's wrong?" she asked, peering over his shoulder. "Stuck," he sighed. "I'm trying to develop a new bread, something with herbs and sun-dried tomatoes, but I can't quite get the balance right." Amelia pondered. "Maybe you need a bit more sweetness to cut through the savoury flavours." Ben's eyes lit up. "That's brilliant. I haven't tried adding any honey yet." He quickly added a touch of honey to the dough, his brow furrowing again as he kneaded. Amelia watched, mesmerised by the way his strong hands worked the dough, shaping it into a perfect round. An hour later, the bread emerged from the oven, a golden masterpiece. They sliced it open, the aroma of herbs, tomatoes, and a hint of honey filling the bakery. The first bite was a revelation, the flavours perfectly balanced, the bread crusty yet soft, leaving them both speechless with delight. "We did it!" Ben exclaimed, a wide grin spreading across his face. Amelia beamed, a newfound confidence in her own creative abilities sparking within her. Perhaps working alongside Ben with their shared passion for creation was just the push she needed to finish her novel. As the days turned into weeks, their connection deepened. They started planning outings together, visiting historical sites and quaint cafes that reminded them of the stories Amelia wrote. Ben even surprised her with a first edition copy of her favourite book, a gesture that brought tears to her eyes. One particularly sunny afternoon, they found themselves sitting on a park bench, feeding pigeons bits of leftover bread crusts. "You know," Ben said, his gaze fixed on the pigeons, "this whole adventure with the broken window, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise." Amelia turned to him, her heart skipping a beat. "Why do you say that?" He looked into her eyes, his voice a husky whisper. "Because it brought you into my life." His words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken emotions. Amelia felt a blush creep up her cheeks. "And you, Ben," she whispered, "you brought sunshine into my life, even on the rainiest days." A comfortable silence settled between them, a million unspoken feelings swirling in the air. Then Ben leaned closer, and this time there were no distractions, no crashes from the bakery. Their lips met in a kiss, sweet and warm, like the promise of a new beginning. They had found a connection, not just between a bookworm and a baker, but between two kindred spirits who shared a love for creation, for stories, and most importantly, for each other. Vocabulary notes. Chapter 1. Hammered. Verb. Rain hitting the window pane with a lot of force. Curled up. Phrasal verb. Sitting comfortably in a comfortable position, with your body bent. Adventure. Noun. An exciting or dangerous experience. Startled. Verb. Suddenly surprised or frightened. Echoed. Verb. A sound that is repeated after it hits a surface. Frantically. Adverb. In a way that shows a lot of worry or panic. Chapter 2. Soaked, verb, made wet by liquid. Sympathetically, adverb, in a way that shows you understand someone's sadness or problems. Salvageable, adjective, able to be saved or fixed. Passionate, adjective, having strong feelings of enthusiasm or love for something. Chapter 3. Hesitated, verb, paused before doing something because you are unsure. Glowed, verb, shined with a warm, soft light. Sincerely, adverb, in a way that is honest and genuine. Cherished, verb, held dear or valued something. Chapter 4. Fluttering, verb, moving quickly and lightly, like the wings of a bird. Leaned closer, phrasal verb, moved your body closer to someone. Nervously, adverb, in a way that shows you are worried or anxious. Chapter 5. Routine, noun, a regular way of doing something. Swung by, phrasal verb, visited a place briefly. Effortlessly, adverb, easily and without any difficulty. Transitioning, verb, changing from one thing to another. Furrowed, verb, wrinkled your forehead in a concentration or worry. Mesmerized, verb, completely captured someone's attention. Revelation, noun, something that is new and surprising and that changes the way you think about something. Sparking, verb, suddenly starting to exist or develop. Connection, noun, a close relationship between two people or things. Kindred spirits, noun, people who share similar interests or feelings. Unspoken, adjective, not said out loud. Swirling, verb, moving quickly and in circles. Story written by Google Gemini AI. Images created by Copilot AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.